Okay, and we're going to roll right in. Okay, all right. Good evening, everyone. Mayor Fong could not make it tonight, and in early 2019, we all agreed that we would share the role of Mayor Pro Tem. So we are taking turns in alphabetical order. Councilmember Black took it first, and so I'm up next. And with that, I call to order the Monday, July 13th meeting of the City Council. Okay. All right. And so, first of all, we will start off with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, a few announcements for this evening. Last month, we kicked off our 2021 budget discussion. Our next budget discussion will be July 27th at 5 p.m. Council will hold a budget workshop to discuss city fees and charges for services. The discussion will also include an update on cost savings and operational efficiencies, pedestrian crossings along County Road 11, an update on Greencrest Sidewalk and Bavaria Trail, and an update on CARES Act funding. There will also be a budget workshop on August 24th at 5:30 for the council to discuss the 2021 max levy, tax levy. Budget workshops are held at the City Hall in the city chambers. The public is invited to attend and provide input. Additionally, there is a council workshop scheduled for August 3rd at 5:30 p.m. to discuss the city's space needs assessment findings and recommendations. All meeting of the City Council will take place at City Hall in the council chambers unless otherwise noted. The public is invited to attend. Due to COVID-19, city facilities are now open, but we are temporarily limiting room capacity to ensure social distancing. While we look forward to seeing everyone at our meetings, we encourage everyone wanting to attend the council meeting or workshop in person to register in advance with our city clerk. We're excited to share with you the Victoria Farmers Market will open this Thursday at July 16th in the parking lot of Inky Brewery. The Victoria Farmers Market is made possible through a partnership with Southwest Chamber, Inky Brewery, and the city, as well as our local farmers and vendors. We invite everyone to follow us on Facebook by searching Victoria Farmers Market. The market will run every Thursday from July 16th, October 8th, from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. in the Inky Brewing parking lot. We will see you at the market. Okay, next up is open forum, and we have a couple of guest speakers this evening, and we will begin with Mr. Patrick Jones from the library.
Hi.
Good. Hello.
Hi, everybody. You see if I got this working here? What do I need to point? There we go. Fantastic. 1 million. Circulated over 1 million items in Carver County Library last year. That is a lot of stuff going in and out of the library. And one of the reasons we did that is we added lots of new material, and there's lots of variety of things to look at, including graphic novels, which your book club took a shot at reading, which was a lot of fun. But what about specifically Victoria? Circulation here was around 47,000, which is very healthy. It's a lot of visitors, 30,000. What's very exciting is 436 new library cards issued. That means as your community grows, so the number of people using this library as well. This library continues to be very, very heavily used related to family matters. Story times and children's programs make up the bulk of what we do, and had over 4,000 people attend those. 5th anniversary of the library, 5 years. I wasn't here for the beginning of it. We had planned a celebration. Obviously, that didn't work out. But also a reminder, we have the Victoria Express Library as well. So what are some of the things we did last year in 2020? Very quickly. Reminder, this is a technology hub, and we do lots of technology programming. We also have a librarian with a big interest in citizen science. So she is involved in doing citizen science programs. We lost Jody. She went to become manager of the Chaska Library, but gained in return Kristen Snyder, who is our new children's librarian. We had guests come to Storytime, including the fire department, and we have a new program partnership with the Carver County Schools for ECFE, where they come out and do the program here at the library. We have book clubs for adults. That room looks familiar because it's right up here. And then we have parachute play for kids. We could probably try parachute play for adults, but I'm not sure how well that would work out. We do winter reading programs for adults and summer reading for kids. Lots of programs. We had one outside when we couldn't get the electricity working to put the amps in. So the performer went outside and did a great job. We had musicians. We did lots of STEM stuff as well, including a robot demonstration from Homely Family School. And we do all of this with great support of our Friends of the Library, which is a small, strong group of people who support us by raising money to buy fixtures and pay for programming. So things have changed a little bit. We closed the libraries, all of the libraries, March 16th, Heidi? Yeah, March 16th. Took us a while to get organized. We started doing what we called curbside pickup, where people put their books on hold, and we called and let them know. We got that going at Waconia and Chanhassen, got that working, seen that it worked well there, figured out what to do and what not to do, and now we're doing it here. We average about 35 people a day doing it. At the moment, the libraries are going to the Chanhassen and Waconia libraries have transitioned to a different model where we're allowing people to use computers, and then they will transition to a model where people will be able to briefly come and use the library and go. Where we're at Victoria at the moment is we're still just doing curbside. The next step will be to open up for people to use the computers. We have to look at how we can do that in that space down there. And as you know from being down there, that is a very small space. And even with it has an occupancy of 88, we figure 1/4 of that is 22. 22 people will not be able to keep 6 feet apart in that space. So we're really challenged by that space and our next steps. But what we did have a great year in last year in 2019, and despite everything, think we're going to have a great year this year. Questions, comments, remarks?
No questions. Well, thank you. We appreciate all the work you do. It's a great program. It's definitely a huge asset to Victoria. We thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to see you all again.
Thank you so much for the presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Next up, we have a county commissioner candidate, Mr. Matt Udermann. Is that, did I hit it right?
Yep, close. Close. I was just going to read this. My name is Matt Udermann, and I'm here to formally announce I'm running for Carver County Commissioner in District 3. The district basically runs west of Highway 41, which is the Dairy Queen side, from downtown Chaska up to Highway 5, including Chaska and Victoria residents. You'll see a lot of You Matter messaging and a positive message that brings you, the collective voter and stakeholder, first. We have 3 campaign pillars. One is People Matter. We believe people come before politics. Part of that is creating wide and deep relationships in the community. I value relationships with each city council member and make a point to come to council meetings quarterly in person and watch nearly all taped meetings. I think there is a sizable opportunity to forge better relationships with county and city for the benefit of taxpayers by way of reducing non-value layers and possible duplication of efforts while deploying resources to other areas. COVID-19 and the true and societal cost will be one area these collaborative relationships will benefit taxpayers. 2, community matters. We believe you should be able to live here a lifetime if you so choose. I have had the chance to serve as chair of the Carver County Library Board, commissioner of the Chaska Park and Recreation Board, as well as volunteer areas at Lawn Recycling Day here in Victoria, Auburn Manor, Christmas in May, beef and sausage dinners, and more. I've had the chance to meet with 1,500 or more residents, stakeholders, including ride-alongs with mayors of Chaska and Victoria, to see firsthand the topics on our community's mind, including senior facilities, 55-plus developments, Highway 5 congestion, Marsh Lake Road, policing, long-range planning, diversified tax base area, proposed park areas, future schools, and business developments that will pave the way for $60,000 plus jobs and opportunities for all. 3, finances matter. I feel county needs to do a smarter job of spending. With record number of rooftops at the highest value and a strong economy pre-COVID, we saw a board-approved 4.8% tax increase on top of being the highest taxed county in the state. Record car tab fees and a local goods tax. Empowering staff, incenting staff to find and remove waste and non-value layers, as well as local partnerships, can keep our taxes lower while not sacrificing valued services. A special note, Mayor Tom is in my campaign video showing that I'm the only candidate that has been able to bring the mayors of both Chaska and Victoria together for the good of the taxpayer. The City Council has benefited from the new infusion of talent and ideas as evidenced by new council members and different leadership. The county board has been unchanged since 2006 and could benefit from the same. New ideas, new perspectives, and putting you first. I welcome your personal support for our campaign and any questions. I'm Matt Udermann, and I'll continue to work hard to earn your vote. Any questions?
Thank you.
Questions? Well, go ahead.
Are you running against Randy?
Randy Malushnik is an incumbent, and then there's a Victoria resident that also put in for it. His name is David Hatton.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Very good. And the other ones, Mark Holla, is that, what seat is he running for?
District 5, just a little bit of back, it's about 110,000 population in Carver County. There's 5 commissioners that represent roughly a fifth of each geographical area, population area. Mark Holla is running for District 5, which is being vacated by Jim Ishii. Jim Ishii is not running again. There's 6 candidates in that race, and it overlooks roughly half of the geographical area of Carver County, but about a fifth of the population.
Interesting. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Appreciate
throwing
it.
your hat in. That takes a lot of work, and appreciate people stepping forward to
really hard.
be willing to serve. So thank you for that. Continue on with open forum. Is there any, we invite people in the, not only just the audience, but people calling in, and anyone, no one? Okay, that ends that section of open forum. Could I have a motion to adopt the final agenda? Second?
Second motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, the agenda is adopted. Consent agenda. Does anyone on the council or audience or anyone want to remove an item from the consent agenda? Hearing none. Very good. Could I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Second?
Ms. Black seconds it. And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Consent agenda is adopted, or is approved. Okay, moving on to the regular agenda. We have, Tammy's here, right? Or from, forget your firm.
Northland Securities.
Northland Securities, thank you.
Good evening, council members. Tammy Umdahl with Northland Securities, here to present on the item related to the sale of the 2020 bonds. The city is issuing these bonds to finance street improvements, a fire suppression system that was 100% assessed, and for the refunding of bonds, which was the purpose of the EDA agenda item, the refunding of the 2014 EDA lease revenue bonds. We took bids this morning at 10 a.m. The sale went very well, but before I get into that, I just want to cover a few other things. As part of this process, we did recommend that these bonds be rated, and your staff went through that process with me, the rating, and it was, you probably have had a chance hopefully to read the report. The S&P AAA rating was affirmed, and again, a very strong report. I would note, if you had a chance to read it, it reads a little bit differently because of COVID-19. We're seeing that across all credits, so not unique to the city of Victoria. The bonds on the refunding, I would also note, was solely for the purpose of interest rate savings. There was no restructuring of the final payment date or anything like that, which sometimes happens with refunding. with that, getting to the results, the sale went very well. There were 5 bids received. They were practically on top of each other, if you had a chance to look at that. The final low bid that was received was at 1.21%, very low. We had estimated at time of set sale approximately 1.9%. While that means lower principal and interest payment on the improvement portion, it also means that the savings for the refunding increased from an estimated approximately $250,000 to an approximately I'm rounding, $60,000. So significant savings for the city, recognizing that the market certainly reflects the broader things going on in the world at this moment. As far as the net present value savings, also on a percentage basis, was estimated at 8. With those figures I gave you, it's at about 12.5%. You typically look at a refunding when it's around 3%. So very significant savings. With that, I would recommend approval of the resolution awarding the sale of the bonds. And I would note, because I didn't earlier, the winning or the low bid was from Raymond James. With that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
I have no questions, but I do want to say congratulations to the city staff on their renewal of the AAA bond rating. That's a significant accomplishment for us to continue to maintain that AAA bond rating, and results in these significant savings for us when it comes time to sell bonds.
Agreed. It's a lot of work that both finance director Trish and our manager went through to do that. Dana, thank you for that. That's a wonderful accomplishment, and we appreciate it, and it saves us all money, so appreciate it.
I have a question. With this victory in terms of the interest rate and so on, what other opportunities do we have to refinance bonds?
If I may,
Yeah.
Tricia, there are not any current opportunities, but that is something that we look at with staff. I did not bring a copy, but I can share that, which you may have the most current one, of your existing debt to show you when those opportunities might present themselves. When you issue bonds, unlike a lot of people think of a mortgage where rates go down, you can refinance. When you issue bonds, it typically comes with a call date. And typically that's in that 8 to 10 year time frame. With the 2017 federal tax bill, the federal government took away the ability to advance refund bonds. That is under discussion because of COVID-19 and what's going on in the economy, to give that authority back to municipalities to do that. But presently that does not exist. So you have to be within 90 days of the call date.
Thank you.
With that, could I have a motion to approve this general obligation bond?
Make a motion to approve. I'd make a motion to approve the resolution awarding the sale of Series 2020A bonds.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes.
Yay.
And that concludes our regular city council meeting. And now we are up to roundtable. Any comments for roundtable? We'll start, Councilmember McMillan.
Nothing from me.
Nothing. Councilmember Black.
No, I had something, but we're going to talk about it next meeting, so I'll just wait.
Okay, and we'll look forward to that. Councilmember Vogt.
Well, I'm not sure what we're going to be talking about next meeting, but all of us were inundated with emails today related to a certain part of Victoria community's displeasure with comments being made about the equity program in the school district. So I think I'm correct in assuming all of us got emails on that. And as a council member, you know, I think we should speak up and say something like this. Victoria is a welcoming community, and the city of Victoria has not taken a stand on this equity program in the Eastern Carver County School District. We've talked about it. Well, the city itself has not taken a stand. So we are a welcoming committee and community, and we haven't taken a stand. So I think we, as council members and staff and mayor, need to express our opinions related to this equity program. If we do it in public, on the social media or in newspapers, we need to express those opinions as private citizens or candidates for election, but not as officials of the city of Victoria, which would infer that the city of Victoria has made a preference. And I'm speaking specifically of the mayor's comments that have been made in the social media and some of the newspapers, where he's adamantly negative about the equity program and some of the other situations going on at Eastern Carver County School District. I think he and any of us, if we want to express that opinion, we should do it as private citizens and not as associates of the city of Victoria, because the city of Victoria has not made a stance on this. The council has not voted that we're going to make a statement, and either pro or con, and we probably will never make such a statement. So that's my only comment.
Duly noted, just a comment on that. I agree with you. I think those comments should come from us as individuals, but it's difficult to separate us from our titles. I think the mayor has a Facebook page that's titled Funk for Senate. I think so that does kind of separate himself a little bit from the city itself. But I agree with you but it is challenging to separate our titles from our opinions.
But
Yeah.
Mayor Pro Tem, point well taken, except the mayor in his statements has said, as mayor, he starts these statements with, as mayor of Victoria, I hereby say this. And that's my comment, is
I can't
he should
confirm
not
or
be
deny
doing
that
that.
because I don't know.
Yeah.
Councilmember Black.
Well, back in January, when that particular article got written in the newspaper, he did specify at council that it was his personal opinion. When we started getting the emails, that's when it was brought to my attention that on his Funk for Senate website, he's got that listed. And I was hoping that he would be here today and just reiterate that he was speaking personally rather than that of the city or the council. He's doing a different campaign, and it is causing a lot of strife in the city. And I just wish that he would make a point of saying that he is speaking on his own. And even on his website, if he's going to use that article to make a statement that is his personal opinion rather than that of council or as the city. So that was what I wanted to ask. Anything?
McMillan, anything to add?
No, I'm in agreement. Certainly we all have the right to run for office, but we do need to keep our campaigning away from the dais here, and I would agree with council on that. Let's understand what comes from, as a body of the City Council of Victoria, and what comes from candidates for office.
Duly noted, I would agree.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it.
And I have nothing further to add. That leaves us to reports. Anyone offering up anything on a report? We do have an item, and do you want to address that item for
It
round?
was just, it was the follow-up from the budget that the council.
Okay.
had for the- so there's
And
no
it's just
questions you have.
public for just public information?
Yeah.
Very good. Anybody else have anything else for reports? Attorney Vose?
Acting Mayor, I don't have a report, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, with that, that wraps it up. Could I have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion that we adjourn tonight's meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Hearing none? We are adjourned.